beyond melted. It's been such a hot day. I've had 3 showers, but there are cold plunges here. So the girls I'm staying with, they said they were going to go this evening, and so we're all going. So that sounds great. As soon as I got here and saw the view, I just, I would normally share it with my husband. There's just so many. The last couple of days, it's just like bombs keep dropping, and then I have to process them. I don't even know if I'll keep this bit in. I'm just it's just been a lot. Everyone here is amazing. I don't know why it took me so long to realise that Sisterland is basically girls' summer camp. And it's fucking brilliant. Nikita is a genius. She is a genius. Nikita Dare. She's done something. She's doing something. It's big. I want to do this every year. I feel like I look very tired. It's just so hot, man. It's so hot. My hair looked fantastic. It looked fantastic earlier, and it just is what it is, and it's not going to get any better tomorrow, is it? I think I might do a little meditation. Oh, look at the view. Look at the view. Normally I would obviously take a picture of this amazing view and send it to my husband, and obviously that's not a thing anymore. So yeah, it's just, I keep feeling like I'm doing better, and then something else happens. It helps if you turn it on. All the cameras are getting really hot as well, so I'm just doing what I can. Just had a really lovely long shower, did a bit of chest and face massage after a long lovely day in Bath. Actually, Bath is always busy in the summer, but there was graduation happening, so it was even busier. We'll work with it, I guess. The skincare there is really good. The Boots is really good, and they also have a Korean skincare store purely dedicated. And I'm pretty sure all of that is cruelty free, and a lot of that is vegan as well. So it's pretty great. Okay, that feels great. That feels really nice. This is the Hydra Glow Hydrating. We need hydration, niacinamide and hyaluronic. The other one I got was the peptides, the firming serum. Lord knows we need that. Kind of reminds me of like old school Glossier. Okay, this is feeling a bit tingly. Packaging team, they've done really well. So it looks one of them. Oh, that feels great. Okay, we like that texture. Bath is a city that has a lot of memories for me, and I had to be out of the house all day today because we had the electrician in, who's actually a buddy of mine, and I was like, well, instead of like touting my laptop around town today, trying to kill time in coffee shops, why don't I just go to Bath and see the sights. And I'm realising how every like location is going to be full of ghosts of my past, and I'm going to have to go to each of them, and I don't fucking know. What are you supposed to do? Look how long the hair is. Look. Just look. Skincare is a win. That's it from me. having to put a ban on the sad music because, believe it or not, it doesn't help. It just makes it worse. Am I using my roller everywhere? In this heat, yes. The rose quartz is heavenly. Just at home on my own today, but I've been using up the this ultraviolet SPF 50. Not a beauty blogger. That thing that they say about, you know, when you hit your 40s, like less is more with makeup. I feel like I understand that because when I put more on, it just doesn't really do what it used to do. Maybe the older you get, the more that no makeup like comes into its own. I don't know. I mean, you can see I did not put a lot on. Back on the cruelty-free front, I also noticed that my local teeny tiny Boots in my little town I live in, they stock e.l.f. So I'm trying their brow gel and I think it's good. I think that I have very stubborn brows. Like I was using the Refy one for so long and I do find I get pretty much the same result, which is they kind of end up just looking a bit crazy. And I want to try some Vive as well. I noticed they've got a lovely, like a dark brown liquid liner. And again, like when I do it now, I feel like the black is just too hard. And then I love the Melixir. I love all of Melixir actually. Come think of it, I didn't see it yesterday in the K-beauty store. They have a ton of different tinted lip balms and they're just... Yesterday was a very full-on day. I think today I'm gonna take it easy. I love this Melanie Bisou blush. Violet. It is so pretty. I love Merit Persimmon as well. That one's beautiful. Oh shit, I'm nearly out. Mayday, mayday. I was very lucky to somehow get on their PR gift list for a while and I've come off it, most understandably, but I need to get some more. I feel like Violet, Merit, some of those really beautiful brands, they're just so perfect for like the effortless, no makeup, well barely their makeup. I mean, you can see I don't really put much on. See, I don't really know what's happening up here. Who knows? Bring those puppies up. I'm mostly just adding colour to my face because I don't really have natural colour to my face. I lost my brown skin when I grew up. I don't know what happened. But you can see, I hardly use anything, but this is my perfect work from home, doesn't really matter, doing it for yourself face. And I'm seeing Ross again in a couple of weeks. Very excited. Yeah, this is already quite long. And I think, let's go short. Okay. I'm just in the middle of filming some videos and for Instagram, and it's just the cutest thing that's happened over here. So it's really, really messy because I've moved loads of stuff out of the way, but look. Oh, he's just so cute. Right, what's been going? I don't want to wake up Mooney, but I mean, this looks really unattractive. You're on such a wide lens that there is no hiding, there's no concealing the fact that it's just me and some curtains on a rod. I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow. I don't think I'll take a camera just because I'm taking my little bag. I love a bowling bag. I love a top handle. I like being able to get into everything. Look how nice, look at it. It's vintage Calvin Klein and it looks like it's barely been used. I love a bag like this for your camera stuff because it means that like you can kind of nestle it in there and it's relatively safe. Obviously I'm not like throwing in other hard objects that could scratch it or anything like that, you know, it'll be like in with a jumper and, you know, a purse. I do actually want to get a little inner pouch which could probably just be even like one of those sandwich boxes. I know that sounds really random, but they're just the same as the little camera inserts and I can't find one that's like exactly, I just want to be able to, it's safe, you know. And this is quite nice because it fits really easily if I'm not wearing a jacket over the arm, and then obviously it just sits, and then in the crook as well, because sometimes I'm doing this really well, aren't I? You know, sometimes you need both hands to get the shot as well. and then just does that. I'm telling you guys, this was a really good vintage find. I got it for an absolute steal. And I also got this tank is new, and it is from Zara, and I'm sorry about that, but in my defense, I hardly ever buy anything new fashion wise these days, apart from the carbon footprint of it all. I just don't find it as fun. I love pre-owned. I think it's more. I've always had small shoulders. There's nothing like filming yourself to really see what pterodactyl arms you have. This area is just really thin. I noticed some of my tops were making me look kind of even thinner. So anyway, I got, this is a small. I would never usually be a small. It's good for petite shoulder gals, because usually the strap is like up here on me, and then it's like flapping around, and it's not the one. But I did have some of those nip slip things. I could only find the one. I just found one. I wore them once. I'm pretty sure that was my wedding day as well, which RIP. Now I only have the one, so that's a metaphor, isn't it? Should we go somewhere else so we can talk? I don't want to wake up Mooney. Hold on. Oof, I did not realise that was so dirty. Trust me, I'm a professional. So tomorrow I'm going to town, and yes, when I say town, I mean London town. I've got Ross at noon. We are going to go shorter. I'm thinking Bixie, but let's see what Ross says. And then I think it might be the last time I see him for a little while, just because I really do need to find someone who's local. Just the time and expense to go to town every time I need a trim just isn't, it's not the one, especially not right now. You know, just a local person who gets what he's done and can like follow that roadmap just for little like trims. That makes sense, right? But we haven't spoken since I went to Sisterland. If you don't know, because I didn't know for ages as well, for some reason I thought it was for women in the film industry. It's not. It's for women across the board, women in business, creative founders, like solo founders. This time it was in Somerset, and it was like peaks and valleys, beautiful like lake views. And Nikita, the founder, she very, very kindly, she basically kind of insisted that I go, because she knows that I've been not having the best time recently, and she was like, look, come, it will be really healing for you. And so just because of that generosity, I was like, yes, okay, only if I can be your BTS shooter. Basically it means I'll just, you know, do a little pro bono work for her in exchange. And obviously I would have taken pictures anyway, but it as like you know, maybe a bit of a tender person, and also going solo, I personally really enjoy going to events with a camera anyway, because you're just seeing cool stuff anyway. You know you're going to want to capture it, and then it gives you like a really nice in when you can like pause and have a chit chat with someone, and then you can get back to it if you want to. It's just I mean, no wonder I do this for a living. So I managed to be able to get away for one night, and they put me up with the crew in one of the cabins, and it was a delight. How much we've maybe all forgotten that we really need our community, our female community, and how deeply healing that is. So there's different events happening on the site, so you actually have to choose what you want to go and see, which, because the lineup is so sick, it was hard. And because I was shooting, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna flit from one to the other and try and capture as many as I can. I had my first tarot reading. That was emotional. We decided on a 10 card pull, and she just straight away goes, this is all about endings. Everything is ending. And I might have got a little bit emotional. I had more specific questions, so I was like, okay, do you want a little bit of context? So I gave her the context, and she was like, aha, okay, now I can, you know, dive into that more. And she ended up pulling way more cards than that anyway, and it was really amazing. So there was literally women walking around, like going from talk to film screening to talk to activity, just like in between cold plunges. So there was just like people walking around in their bikinis with like margaritas, going to have lectures, because why not? It's just us, right? It was really fun. I've told every woman in my life about it. We're all going next year. It's basically Creative Girl Summer Camp. I just came back being really invigorated and felt really in love with the whole experience. Basically, you know, the boss was right, Nikita was right, you know, I really needed it. So yeah, it was 10/10 from me. So yeah, last week was all about community, being inspired by my fellow woman and connecting was really insightful. Having those conversations with people, like you naturally end up obviously telling people what you do and having, you know, hearing them talk about their roadblocks with how they share their products and their brands, their gifts. At one talk I went to, there was like a general consensus of like, ugh, you know, content. And I just thought first I was like, I need to speak at this next year. I just started to be like, no, like I ended up just having those conversations where I'm just like, tell me everything about what it is that you're working with now, and then be like, right, you could do this, 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 and this, and this, and just like get you unstuck, or at least get you into a place where you can start to try some new things and see how they land for you, and see how they land for your audience and your sales. Obviously, I really noticed the fixation on like shoulds, you know, like reels, quick formats, trends, and we all know about those challenges, right? Even I'm not immune to them, even for my own business, even though I spend loads of time doing all of that for other people. And then right after that, I discovered this new beauty brand that had just dropped, and I was super stoked on it. I was like excited to dive in and try at least one thing, you know, like the marketing was great, like the visuals were great, the packaging was beautiful, everything was like beautiful. But when I went to actually choose which products were right for me, I found that there was not any texture shots, so I felt like I couldn't really understand. Some of the product concepts were unique, which is what I loved about it, but then I also noticed there wasn't any texture shots, so I struggled to understand exactly what I'd be buying, like if it would work for my skin. And then I also wasn't sure exactly where they all would sit in your skincare regime. And like I said, everything looked beautiful, but I found myself kind of hunting for information on like which one I wanted. And of course I ended up abandoning cart. I went away with nothing, even though I was really sold on the whole brand. So there was lots of this stuff like percolating for me. I really just kept thinking how, like, even when you've got the team, even when you've got a bit of budget, sometimes we are still getting caught up in the noise, the hype of social, instead of maybe taking a step back and asking, like, are we hitting all our points? Are we giving our customer every viewpoint on our product or our service, our beautiful thing, whatever it is we're offering? Are we giving them all the visual information in order to actually, you know, hit add to cart? I definitely know brands who, you know, get caught up in the, you know, the minimum, the posting schedule, rather than really understanding like how all the different assets sit together across socials, web, email, and like how they tell one big story, and how they'll slowly give you, like, as the viewer or the reader or the visitor, all the information that they need in order to just like figure out which one is right for them and just fall in love with what it is you've got going on. I did just film a reel about this, but I can recap them here. Like, say you're a jeweler, can I see all those amazing details that you've spent weeks or months perfecting in those shots? Can I get a sense of scale with an on-body shot so I really understand how it might fit me? Am I falling in love with the brand kind of vibe through that styling in the flat lay? What story are you telling me with your brand? Let me fall in love with it. That might start to sound like I'm being really it's like convoluted. It's not. It can literally be, say, for something like jewelry, we need the detail shot, we need the on-body shot, we need it with other pieces as well, so that also really helps people. I'm imagining earrings and necklaces here. That's what this is, because then you really understand how they fit together. And especially if you've already got one of the other pieces in the shot, or you're already thinking about the other piece, it's telling the viewer all the information about, really need to tell them everything it is about that particular offer or product, so that they know, like, yes, that's the one for me. It can just be that simple. It doesn't have to be all about the fucking, you know, trends. If that's something that's got you excited, 100% go for it. But if it's not actually adding anything to your marketing, then like, why are we talking about that? Like, then why are we worrying about it? I think it'd be really helpful just to strip it back, take a step back and really have a look at that and see if you can answer some of those questions. Anyway, all of this is what made me realize, like, I want to bring back my one-to-ones, but in a official kind of way, because I used to have that, but it was in a very unofficial, ad hoc kind of way. It wasn't like productized. And I think just reconnecting with people like in a more real way was just so helpful. So I had originally created the content clinic as the newsletter, as like an agony aunt, but I don't like, full disclosure, I don't think anyone really understood, so I didn't get any I didn't get any letters. No, people told me their problems in person, but no one ever like wrote in, so I couldn't like answer any questions, which is totally fine. But then I was like, after this kind of week of these different experiences and then mulling things over, I was like, okay, let's make this an actual, like a product that people can buy. So it's like really, really easy. It's a remote but also one-to-one hybrid offer. Like, are you sick of guessing? Are you sick of chat GPTing your problems away? Like, we need humans who have their beautiful expertise, who can really understand what your vision is as well. In the words of Brenda Turner, AI slop cannot bring the Shakti. She said that the other day and I was like, hell yes, Brenda. She doesn't know who I am, obviously. So if you know that your content could be stronger, but you can't see how to get there, if you're overthinking every post, if you've just lost confidence in what to share, maybe your business has evolved, but like your content hasn't. Maybe you just want like a list of all the tools that you need in order to just not spend loads of money, but get everything looking a bit better and more seamless. You know, whatever it is, you can go ahead and book your content clinic session with me. It's a remote custom service. I'll be diving into all your channels, web, socials, whatever you've got. I'll also be asking you questions about what's going on behind the scenes, what your roadblocks are, what systems you're using now. I want to know about your rhythms and routines, and then I'll be able to give you custom, in-depth feedback. You'll get a video talk through, so it's just me chatting through everything so that we've got it visually and you can sit and kind of go through it, and also means you can revisit it. And then also a little handbook as well, so that anything that is covered in the video is like easy to refer to, and extra links and things to everything that's mentioned as well in the video. So it's really comprehensive, it's really customized. I think that's the thing, like your beautiful brand is not templatable. Obviously things like strategy, yes, we need that. Tools like templates, pillars, etc., they're wonderful tools, but they really are at the surface level of what it is you've got going on. And what we're doing is going much deeper and way more foundational. Once the foundation is all sorted, everything else just comes out from there, and it's in alignment with your lifestyle, your energy levels, what you like, what lights you up, what you want to do. And yeah, I'm really excited to actually just connect with more of you. I think I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. Yeah.